who refuses to accept that his wife was drinking before this horrific crash. And did drugs kill Billy Naves, the family of the famous TV pitchman, upset drugs were even mentioned in his autopsy? But now a world-famous medical examiner says the coroner didn't go far enough. He thinks drug use was directly responsible for his death. And don't call Joey Buttafuoco a sociopath, or you could end up with a lawsuit. Buttafuoco's suing his ex-wife because of a new book she's written. Unbelievable. First, Buttafuoco cheats on his wife, then his mistress shoots his wife in the face, but he's the one playing the victim. Plus, another pathetic twist in the sad saga of a Hollywood prince gone bad. Michael Douglas's son is already under house arrest for meth charges. Now his girlfriend was allegedly busted trying to sneak him heroin. Could we conclude nothing says I love you more than being a drug mule for your boyfriend? Issues starts now. Tonight, a family torn apart by alcohol and death. The family, the three little girls killed in that horrific wrong-way accident caused by their drunk driving aunt, Diane Schuler, is reportedly cutting off all ties with Diane's husband, Daniel. Diane's distraught brother, William Hance, who entrusted his sister with his precious children, is reportedly enraged. In the aftermath of the crash, which also killed Diane, her 2-year-old daughter, and 3 men in an SUV, William Hance found out that Diane had consumed the equivalent of 10 alcoholic drinks and smoked pot that morning. But that's not the only thing he's upset about. Listen to what his brother-in-law had the nerve to say.
I go to bed every night knowing my heart is clear. She did not drink. She's not an alcoholic.
Truly unbelievable. The Hance family cutting off ties with Daniel and seeking solace in an unusual place. The Bastardi family. They lost their father and brother in the horrific crash when they were hit head-on by Diane's minivan. The Bastardis don't believe a word Daniel Schuler says either. Listen to what they said on the Today Show on Monday.
I don't believe everything we hear, from the Schuler family. When he says about his heart is clear, my heart is broken at night, okay? I lost my father and my brother. My family is devastated by this. But I feel like if he's going to stay, he's in denial. Because somehow, somewhere along the line, you have to know if somebody can drink like that.
Newsday reports Daniel told cops that Diane Schuler drank socially and smoked pot on occasion. So is it possible that he did know she had a problem? But what exactly happened that morning? Daniel says she was fine when she left the campsite. She was reportedly fine at a McDonald's on the way home. So when did everything go terribly wrong? And will the lone survivor of the crash, Diane's son, little 5-year-old Brian, who is now recovering from severe head injuries, be able to shed any light on that fateful morning? We're going to dissect it all straight to my stellar panel. Miranda Wade, political psychologist. Steve Cardian, criminal investigator and founder of Defend University. Darren Kavanoki, criminal defense attorney. Stacey Honowitz, Florida prosecutor. And Matthew Lysiak, reporter for the Daily News. Matthew, you've been all over the story from day one. What is the very latest?
Thanks for having me, Jane. I just got off the phone with a close friend of the Schuler family, categorically denying reports that they've cut off ties with the Hances.
Wow.
Yeah, I also spoke to the Bastardi's lawyer, who also is disputing the quotes in the published report, saying the quote he gave me was absolutely false. Never said that.
Well, I understand that they have said that they will give any funds that come from a foundation set up, and I'm talking about the Hance family, to the Bastardis, and that they also plan to meet with the Bastardis to console each other because they both lost loved ones in this horrific crash. What is your knowledge about those published reports?
Completely true. The Hance family, I spoke to their attorney yesterday. Tremendous loss, a lot of grieving, and their hearts go out to the Bastardis. They're another victim in this, and they wanted to show an expression of, mutual grieving. They thought maybe they could get together at some point in the future. There hasn't been a date scheduled yet, but they hope to get together and kind of console each other on what happened. Try to make sense out of this.
So, Brenda Wade, there are a lot of published reports. This story is getting national attention. You have some conflicting stories here. And certainly we would like to invite the Hans family on to set the record straight. Obviously, they're grieving and they may want to maintain their privacy right now, which we understand. But if they feel like they want to discuss all these nuances, we'd love to have them on. But we hear that they're going to be going and visiting with the Bastardis who lost loved ones when the minivan smashed into their SUV. So you have these two consoling each other, but it would seem like the person on the outside who is not involved in that little conference is the husband of the driver.
It's the husband. And Jane, it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, we have several complicated dynamics. Number one, the husband is guilty by association. His wife was the perpetrator who killed the young children of the Hans family and the son and the father in the Bastardi family, as well as their passenger. So when people are grieving, the very first thing most people feel, in addition to the shock, is a sense of rage, a sense of outrage. How could this happen? And we want to have somebody to blame. Now, my heart goes out to all of them because, look, here's a guy, he may be on the outside, but he lost his wife and his daughter, and his 5-year-old son is in the hospital. So everyone in this scenario is wounded, but I have to say, I know denial when I hear it, and so do you. And he is deep in that river in Africa that is spelled N-I-L-E. He is in denial. There is no way he didn't know his wife had a problem. You cannot live with someone who can hide that level of drinking and marijuana use effectively.
I would like to discuss that because there are some closet drinkers that are extraordinarily clever, and we say guilty by association. He's not really guilty of anything except perhaps holding a news conference that got
he's not guilty,
lot of
but I mean the
backlash.
other family sees him as guilty.
Absolutely.
The other family sees him that way. Yeah.
Everybody stay right there. I will have much more on this horrific wrong-way crash. 8 people dead, more fallout in 30 seconds.
This is Good Wrench. Here we dedicate our